Hey everybody, Whimsy here, and we are back with the semi-crafty vlog. So obviously, there was no vlog last week, mainly because I have been dealing with some massive stomach issues over the past, week. It's nothing serious. I figured out what it was. My body was reacting very strangely to a thing, so, I was pretty much, not entirely bedridden, but, I was just having to take it really easy because I was just not feeling up to filming. So that's why there was no vlog last week. I'm actually going to be doing this episode a bit differently though, because it's going to be more of a podcast type of thing. So after I talk for a little bit, I'm going to be working on the project I've been meaning to work on for the past week or two. But yeah, I figured I would try doing a soft-spoken podcast kind of thing with me painting. And it's just going to be that project, and I'll be talking over it. But first I did want to kind of do a little bit of show and tell really quick. I had to make a trip to Michael's to get the paper that I need for today's project. And I was kind of annoyed because I wish I could have just picked it up from their drop-off pickup type thing, but I couldn't find the product that I was looking for online, so I had to go into the store. But as it turns out, they were having a buy one, get one free it was a half off sale on dual packs of canvases, so it was kind of like a buy one, get one free. And they were having a sale on 3-packs. So I've got 3 18 by 24 canvases for $10 maybe, so that was pretty cool. They're probably not the best quality, but I don't care. So I also got 2 8x8 canvases, and then little, for $4 maybe. it was pretty cool. They were just getting rid of dual pack canvases. And then I also got some perler beads for fun for future stuff, because I was trying to look for what could be a new thing I could work on. And then I picked up some nice lovely paint colors that I've been needing. They were very, very scarce on what paint colors they had this time around that I went there, but I got what I could because I know I need some. So before I get into painting, I wanted to tell you guys what the project is. So I haven't been able to find all of my old college projects yet. That's still pending. I'm still looking everywhere for them, and I'm hoping they're not gone. And I also couldn't figure out what exactly this concept of art is called, but it's basically, we were taught in art class about a type of painting or just art in general where you take an object, or you're let's say you're trying to paint a building, right? And one of the examples that we had was a cathedral, but the artist had made the cathedral out of painted butterflies. The cathedral was made of butterflies that they had just painted, I guess. So it was basically the concept of making something out of something that it's not, kind of thing. So, and of course, me being a weird video game nerd and just being weird in general, I made a castle. I apologize if this seems very elementary or whatever, but I made this this castle out of objects that relate to some of my favorite video game anime characters. If you look closely, let's see here. There's a Dragon Ball. I know it's hard to see. Right there, there's a Dragon Ball. What else is there? What is any of this? There's an objection from Phoenix Wright. Is Ivy's whip on here? Here's Ivy. Here's just a little drawing of Ivy's whip from Soul Calibur. Basically, just silly stuff like that. Here's Snake's box, kind of thing from Metal Gear Solid. So I just did just silly, glittery, happy rainbow castle. That was my thing, and this was on my door for quite a few years. So I'm doing something. Oh, and then there's pom poms, and don't ask. It was just, I was what can I make really cute and colorful and whatever. So I went and got another sheet of just black paper, and I'm going to paint something with a similar idea of basically taking small objects and building larger objects with them. So that's what I'm going to be painting, and then I'll be talking over it. As I said, the past week was kind of tricky because I've been dealing with not feeling well. I felt bad that because I wanted to get to the vlog, and it was I just couldn't. So I spent the time playing Elder Scrolls, of course. That's what I've just been doing, but I'm trying to not just sit there and play it all day, because that's just not gonna get anything done. So I also managed to get some more games out, at least within the last 2 weeks. Things have just been kind of up in the air with all the stuff that's going on and everything, so my schedule's never usually consistent. As much as I try to make it, it's just well. So like I said, I'm still trying to search this house for all my old college projects. And it's because there were some really cool ones that I wanted to show you guys. There's really cool font art, letters, taking letters and basically you know, turning them into like, where you can still tell what letter it is, but it's like, I don't know, made out of something that like starts with that letter, or like something that it could look like. I don't know, it's really cool. Or just like taking a word and making the letters look all like fun and everything. So there was that, and I did some really cool projects for that. We also did like the abstract thing I talked about. I really want to show you guys, but that's I don't know where they're at. I've looked everywhere they could possibly be, and it's just like, because what sucks is the final project that we did, we had to get these huge sheets of paper. We then, I think we took like those weird push pins that you like split at the bottom that like hold stuff, like scrapbooking kind of pins, and we put our stuff onto it was really weird. We put our stuff onto those with those pins to hold them in place. So I remember the project when I brought it home was really like heavy and cumbersome and just kind of in the way. And it sat in the garage for maybe a couple years until someone said something about it, and then I don't remember what happened to it after that. Because I want to say I went and took all of my stuff off of the papers because the papers were just so like, again, they just added to, it made it impossible to store because it was so huge. Whereas the actual like pictures themselves were like, oh, this is, you know, something you can just like roll up and store somewhere. And I remember I grabbed the two things that you guys have seen, the one I just showed you and the one from the previous weeks. I put those on my door for a long time, but I don't remember when I did that. And I mean, it was obviously around 2014 because that's when I did all the like the class and stuff. Also, I apologize if you guys can hear the planes overhead. It's like 1 in the afternoon and they're just they're very busy apparently. Trying to think of other projects I did from that time, but I don't really remember. We also did like a lot of like color theory stuff and like, oh, here's like this color, and then you paint it to become the opposite color based on like you know, like using paints and stuff. And we used very fancy paints, none of the acrylics like what I've been using. Acrylics, I mean, I'm obviously not like a professional painter, but acrylics, I get by with them and they're fine. But we used like those like $10 to $20 paints, and it's just like, oh my god, like. And I get it, those are obviously like more professional paints, it's fine. But when you're just doing this for like crafty fun, it's like, yeah, just, you know. I have been, because I was obviously laying in bed a lot, I have been playing Mario Maker. I've been trying to build my world. I've been jumping between different levels just because I keep getting like inspiration to work on certain ones, and I'm like, oh, hey, this would be a cool concept. I'm still working on concepts for a couple of them because I'm trying to get, like, you know, trying to figure out how to execute certain situations that I want to happen or have happen, or like, you know, like the physics basically is kind of like how I'm working on it. Because there's one that's going to be like a boss fight where you're falling, you know. I don't know if that's even something that could work. And then there's one that's going to be like a, you know, like you have to like run and escape really quick, like because the place is blowing up, or, you know, like the bombs are going off and there's thwomps and you're on a timer and there's lava, you know, stuff like that. And then there's other levels that are like, this one just needs to look a certain way, and that's fine. So I'm excited about that. But I've also been trying to work on the current World 2, which is the next one that I would film. And I have one level left, and I think I'll be good. But I will have to remove, because one of the levels in it is like the final boss level or whatever for that world. It's already uploaded, but I changed the boss because that was before they had added the Koopa Kids, and I want the Koopa Kids to be incorporated into the final boss for each world. So I changed it to one of them, and I think I have to basically remove it from my uploads and then re-upload it, but I'll probably do that on camera for you guys because Mario Maker is still a lot of fun. So and I expect it to be getting popular again because today, the Game Grumps started they posted their episodes of Ross's World, so there'll probably be a little surge. Granted, I think people have still been playing Mario Maker because Ross was obviously streaming, making the levels, so, you know, there's definitely still some going on. Speaking of Switch games, though, I have completely stopped playing Animal Crossing. I stopped on January 10th because trying to juggle that and Elder Scrolls Online at the same time was just, like, not working, and ESO, just, you know, like, obviously you guys can tell it completely encompassed me, so I've been playing that, but I was, like, getting so tired of trying to manage that and Animal Crossing at the same time, and I'm like, you know what, I'm getting more enjoyment out of Elder Scrolls right now, so, plus Elder Scrolls is something I can actually use for Let's Play material, so there's that too, but also because it's Elder Scrolls that that game series has like a certain place in my heart, so it's like, you know, memories from when I was like 12 and everything, but it's like all of a sudden it's like, oh my gosh, there's other players, we can go visit other places. I know I've talked about this, but it's really cool. And right now they have the mid-year Mayhem event happening, but it's like, it's all PvP, and I'm really not interested in PvP, so I haven't really been doing it. The last event was cool because it was just like, hey, go do these like quests that are like, celebrate this place's tradition for the holidays, you know, for like winter solstice kind of thing. And that was like easy fun. Like, you don't really have to do much. Just like, oh, go like chug mead with these people or something, you know, it's kind of thing. You're not quite literally that, but like there's one that you had to run like a not a race, but like you had to beat the clock kind of thing by running around and lighting some beacons. One you had to go get ingredients for like a festival food kind of thing, so it's like, you know, just little things like that. Some of those might be on the ESO highlights that I'm still working on. It's just editing those takes a while because there's a lot of footage to go through that's just like useless footage. But it's really made me contemplate that I should probably try to start streaming it instead, because it would just be easier, I think. But then I don't know if you guys would watch the VODs afterwards or what, or where I should post it to. Like, should I stream it here? Should I stream it on Twitch? I don't know. I am looking into getting equipment though for starting that, because I think it would just be easier for me. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love editing videos, but like when I'm trying to get, you know, videos out on a schedule and I don't have an editor, it's just like too difficult to like maintain both. Because I would love to maintain like a 3 video a week kind of concept, but like if something happens, like for example this week I got too sick to edit or film, and then all of a sudden there's just no videos and I feel bad. And I think it mostly just comes down to just like my own like, oh no, but because you guys are always usually really cool about like if, you know, if I take a little break here and there, it's like, oh, it's fine. Like, you guys get it, you know, it's cool. And I'm not like a channel that YouTube relies on for like huge things, so it's not like a big deal if I miss a video. It's like, alright. But on a personal level, I'm like, I gotta get videos out when I can, you know. Granted, I think I've been posting more videos than I ever have before, so that's good. Like, and I can right now because there's time. It feels like there's not really been that much interesting happening though, because like I said, I've mostly been playing Elder Scrolls, and that's that. I know I need to film other games too, because there's a bunch that I need to finish. I think we have maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Sly 3 left. I haven't filmed them yet, but I think that's what we've got. And then we would be moving on to the other game, Thieves in Time, which, who knows how long that'll take me, hopefully not too long. I know it takes me a while to finish games. Trying to get all the stuff done in Saints Row, that's taken a little while, mainly because some of those tasks can get a little daunting, but like, usually I end up getting them. It's just I gotta like psych myself up into being able to do it. If it was just like missions, it would be different. And then Subnautica, I have to psych myself up for that game too, because it's just scary, you know, it's just like, oh gosh. Oh, so obviously recently the Resident Evil 8 trailer or the demo came out. I'm not going to be playing it because I can't do games like that. It's too much, too stressful. But I'm definitely going to watch people play it because it looks really cool. I didn't realize that Village was the 8th game until I saw Mark's video where he like just drools over Lady Dimitrescu. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't remember. He just like, you know, he's just like, you know, whatever. But like, and yeah, she is a cool looking character for sure. But like in the trailer or whatever it was that he watched, it showed like the Resident Evil Village logo, but the VILL was done to look like the Roman numerals for 8, and it was like, okay. Because my friend was asking me, he was like, because I think he was, I don't know if he wanted to play Resident Evil or not, but he was like, what is the like chronological order? And I'm like, I don't know. I lost track of that so many years ago, because like there's the numbered ones and then there's the ones that aren't numbered, and it's like, I don't, and then they've remade a bunch of the games, so it's like I don't really know. I'm sure you could look it up online. Someone's probably done like, here's the chronological order of all the Resident Evil games so far. But I didn't realize that Village was actually 8. I thought it was like another spin-off, but so that's interesting. But it looks really cool. The graphics look pretty awesome, and it looks really spooky. It's definitely very demented so far, but it's Resident Evil. It's kind of supposed to be. So I'm looking forward to when it comes out, mainly just to watch people play it. So, you know, just like, I don't do the horror stuff that much, so especially playing it, I'm like, nope. I've learned with like Five Nights at Freddy's, of course that's a different kind of horror game, but too stressful. It's like, oh my god, there's only so much that my anxiety can take. Still looks interesting, so it's like good job on the devs for that. It's pretty cool. So obviously I did finish the Bayonetta medallions and I haven't gotten around to editing the video yet for that. It's gonna probably come hopefully soon. I actually need to probably prioritize getting that done so you guys can check it out, because that seems to be, for the vlog, that seemed to be the more popular videos was when I was doing cosplay stuff. I don't have, I mean, I have more Bayonetta to work on. And one of you guys said that the chains looked good, like the size, so maybe I'll go with that. I just gotta find the right paint. We'll see what I do next. I think it's just a matter of me actually being driven to want to make stuff, because I've just been I've been like in a really painterly mood lately. Like, painting is so enjoyable. I love it. And I just want to paint. You know, I wish I could make a living doing that. I wish I could make a living doing a lot of things, but the vlog has really helped me get crafts done, so that's been pretty cool. Like the video game pictures, there's like, I would never have done that just on my own, but doing it for like filming myself doing it was like incentive to do it, so it's like really kind of cool. So this vlog definitely helps me kind of just keep crafting, or at least keep doing something art related, and I really enjoy that. And yeah, I just gotta get myself away from the video games to actually like do art stuff. I'm really addicted right now. It's just my own fault. But now, so there were some weird things that happened this past week with my YouTube channel, like just on a technical level. I'm not really sure what happened, but like I posted a Minecraft video a little while back, like the most recent one, and for some reason comments got turned off, so I don't know, like maybe I accidentally clicked something wrong, I don't remember, because I obviously don't turn off comments, but like unless there's like a reason, but there was no reason, so I don't know if that was like my mistake or if YouTube did it. I'm not sure. I don't really know what happened there, so I apologize for anyone who wanted to leave a comment, but I guess I don't know, I'm not sure what went down. But then also the Saints Row I posted seemed to have some issues too, so I'm not really sure. I mean, the Saints Row videos are always age restricted just because I felt more comfortable doing that, but like for some reason this one did a lot less well than what they normally do, so I don't really know what's going on with that. And it sucks too because it's the first one I've posted that's in HD, and it's the first one that's like I've edited in Premiere, so I was really happy with how it, you know, turned out. So I don't know. I'm gonna try to figure out what's going on with that too. And then I mean, as far as I can tell, my ESO video was fine, but it's funny too because the ESO video, I was really proud of the thumbnail because it was like I wanted to emphasize just how much I just loathe the character Vivek. He's like a god, but he's also like a king, which is the worst combination. So if you guys have played Elder Scrolls, you totally know. But just to express my annoyance with how pompous he is, I'm just like, ugh, you know, just like, and it's just fun because I've been using like old thumbnails. Like I think you guys remember from like back in the day, the faces that I would put on my thumbnails were like the same set of pictures, but I felt like I was like, you know what, I feel like this is appropriate for this right now. So it's just like me like rolling my eyes like, oh my god. So I was happy with that thumbnail. I thought it was kind of fun. I just gotta make progress with games, but I'm gonna figure out how to do that in the future. I feel like my brain just can't settle on like one way of doing things, but then it's like, I don't know, because I could feel like I could be doing things better, but yeah. And that's the thing too, is like I you know, for like streaming purposes, I would be like, oh, I could just post the VODs, but I don't know if that would be boring or, you know, if it needs to be edited to be funnier. You know, because sometimes the editing will make it funnier, you know, but I don't know. And that's the thing too, is video editing is fun, like, you know, when you can like be creative and do like fun things in a video, it's just, it takes time. So, and most of the time it's the rendering, and I think that's why too, is because I've been rendering videos in HD now, because it's like higher resolution, because I didn't have that option with previous software. Like they limited it to like 720 by what, 405 or something like that, I forget, but like it was limited to 720 basically, so it wouldn't upload in HD, I don't think, but my new videos will, so I believe that that's why the render time takes so long, and that just like, your computer's basically like, I can't do anything because otherwise it might crash, you know, so. And then just, I don't know if it's my computer or if it's Premiere, but like there's issues there too, but whatever. I would still prefer to do it this way than how I was, because the software itself is just easier to use than the previous software. I have not yet made progress on doing anything with the coat. Obviously, if I did, you guys would have probably seen it. But again, I've been dealing with bedridden stuff. I have been coming up with ideas of things that I want to paint. So like all the canvases that I bought this last week, I'm trying to think of like what I could paint on them. I'm not really entirely sure yet, but one painting I might do on one of the 8x8s is kind of something based off of a painting that my mom's friend did a long time ago that kind of inspired me, but it's got like really cute little like stylized cartoony mermaids on it that she painted. Really funky, you know, they look like something you'd see in like a restaurant or something, like on the wall. I kind of wanted to do something like that, but maybe, I don't know, just do like a little 8x8 painting of just like cute little mermaids just chilling in the ocean, you know, kind of thing. Speaking of the ocean, just because it's what that project was, the pattern repeat thing I made for that got picked to be in a museum, I have not heard any updates about that yet. So again, when I do, it'll be most likely put on here so I can show you guys what I did. But I just haven't heard any updates about that. I think there's supposed to be an update this month, but we'll see. I was happy because this morning I did discover that my new snack crate has arrived, so working on filming that and got some snacks here now. You know, and I finished filming the last one, but it's in parts, and I'm probably not going to post it for like a week or two because I just posted one. So, and that last one, the Japan snack crate, it was just so much fun. It was like the sour gum at the end was like that was like one of the coolest, and I'm glad that I situated it the way I did because it was like the last thing, and it was like, oh, perfect, you know. That was the most sour thing I have ever tasted, and the difference between that and like a Warhead, which of course Warheads are like a super sour American candy, I think. I could be wrong, but we have them here basically. But like Warheads, usually you suck on them, and once you suck on them after maybe like 30 seconds ish, they turn sweet. Or at least the normal ones do. Don't know if they made others that don't, but this gum was like you had to chew it because it was gum, but it took like 2 minutes before it at all resolved the sourness. So it was just like, it was like, oh my gosh, what's happening, you know? But it was great. I enjoyed that. That snack crate was a lot of fun. They've all been fun, obviously. Like, they've all got their own unique, like, cool thing about them. I've enjoyed them all. Like, it's been awesome. I think this is my 5th one now. But I've pretty much stopped the Sips by one just because it's just, like, I got one this last week, and I haven't really even used it yet because I'm just like, I have so much tea, but my brain just can't even think about tea right now. I'm just like, oh, you know, just like, I don't know. So I haven't really done anything with them. I'm probably not going to do Sips by. And it's not that it's bad. It's just that for me, it's just not something I'm that interested in anymore, I guess. I mean, I love tea. It's just, I think I'd rather just buy like a pack of tea and try it rather than getting like samples every month. I don't know. It's still a cool concept, of course. It's just not for me, I guess. But I also don't think I drink tea enough, so I've got a bunch of tea just sitting there, and I'm like, I gotta drink this. It's funny too, because I have a Japanese Christmas tea, I think, that I've had for a little while now, like a couple years, and I just keep forgetting I have it, and it's one of my favorite teas, and I meant to have some this last year, last Christmas, and I totally forgot. So I'm just like, dang it, like, oh gosh. Because I'm trying to savor it because it's really good, but maybe I should just drink it because it might go bad. I don't know if tea goes bad or not, but, you know, sure, there's some sort of shelf life on that. It's funny because, like, I did kind of, and I don't know if maybe this didn't help, but I did kind of, like, change up, not my diet necessarily, but I started eating more, like, vegetables, because, like, we had, like, just lettuce, and I just made a salad out of it, and it was, like, I forgot how much I enjoy salads, you know, I'm not, like, super big on like, oh, eat certain foods, whatever. It's just whatever I can eat that's not going to mess up my stomach. But I think the issue with salads is that I'll make a couple of them and then I forget that I have the ingredients in the fridge and they go bad. And that's, you know, I just forget. And I don't mean to do that. So I just stopped buying vegetables and produce and stuff like that for a while. But I started eating them again. And I kind of like sectioned them off. So I'm like, okay, here's a salad, you know, kind of thing. And that's actually been really enjoyable because I'm just making these like monster salads and it's just like super good with just a bunch of ingredients that I enjoy in them and, you know, experimenting. Like sometimes I'll put like ground chicken or salmon in them, but like honestly they're good even without that, you know, just lettuce and like cucumbers and like those little I was gonna get like red bell peppers, but the day I went to the store the red bell peppers looked kind of not so great, so I got like the little like pack of like those sweet peppers. They're like the little like red, orange, and yellow ones that you can, you know, they look like peppers, but just cut those up and put them in a salad. Really good. What else? Oh, and then like spinach leaves. And I made like a really cool like ranch-ish concoction for the dressing. So this has been fun. It's funny though, because like my mom makes monster salads too, and but she puts like tons of stuff in her salads. Like she'll put like eggs, she'll put like, sometimes she'll put tuna or salmon or ground chicken or whatever. She'll put, what else? She puts like tons of like white cheese, and like sometimes I think she puts beans or beets. I'm not really sure. She's basically makes like a whole hulking thing of salad, but she eats it out of like this glass pie tin, which I think you guys might remember seeing in the vlog in like November when I was making pies. It's that same glass tin. She just eats them out of that, and I'm like, you know, yeah, I guess you need a gigantic bowl when you're eating a gigantic salad, because when you're trying to like mix all that stuff, trying to mix a salad in a small bowl is like impossible, so because like your leaves end up falling out and it's like, oh no. So I have to eat them out of that giant bowl too. And I'm just like, you know, even that, like, it doesn't have big enough, like, rim sides or whatever. Like, the sides of the bowl aren't big enough to contain the monstrous salads. It's like, oh no. But that's been a lot of fun. Just been snacking on those and just eating them while I'm watching, like, Game Grumps or whatever, you know, sort of thing. I actually had to binge the last of, because I realized I never finished watching the Game Grumps play through Mario Maker 2, because they had, like, maybe 50 episodes that they did of it, and I had stopped on like episode 30, and I don't remember why. I just stopped watching them. So I was like, oh shoot, because they announced Thursday we're going to be posting Mario Maker, we're doing Ross's levels. So I was like, oh shoot, I gotta like catch up and, you know, like see what they did the last time. So it was kind of cool, and it was also sad to find out that one of the episodes, I think it was actually the last episode in that playlist, was the last episode in that Grump office. And I was like, oh shoot. So, you know, they had like a little like thing at the end, like Game Grumps 2014 or whatever, you know, whenever they moved into that office. I was like, oh no. And then, what sucks is like, because I remember last year they were transitioning into a new office, and they had just gotten into there and started to do like the 10-minute power hour and stuff like that. And then the pandemic hit, and it was like they couldn't, you know, all group up together anymore, and it's just like, oh, that sucks. So like they just got a new office and they have barely been able to use it. And it's just like, oh man. And obviously they're filming at Aaron's house now, which, I mean, I think it depends on, like, if they're able to be together or if they have to do it over Discord or whatever, but they've still been able to get episodes out, so that's been cool. It's just, you know, I can tell it's, like, really just difficult because they haven't been able to do stuff normally. I mean, well, none of us have, but, you know, it's just, like, really strange, but they, you know, they're managing. It's great. Like, I just feel bad that they have this new office that they can't even use yet. It's like, oh, God, it sucks. It's also weird to think that this last month, January, obviously it's February now, but last month should have been Anime LA, but obviously it was not safe enough to go, and so they obviously canceled it, or they postponed it till next year type of thing. But it was just like, I remember seeing, because I forgot that I put a notice in my phone, in my, you know, calendar app. It was like, oh, Anime LA, and I forgot about it, and it came up, and I was like, oh man, like that sucks. Like, I would have been seeing all my friends, and we would have been cosplaying, and I probably would have just been Luigi again, because it's just, he's prepared and everything like that. So that was just kind of like, you know, just unfortunate. But like, I totally would rather err on the side of caution. I get it, but it's just sad, you know. It's like, oh man. So hopefully next year everything will be like great and ready and safe and everything like that. But, you know, it's just been hard to get into cosplay lately, just because I've been like, you know, I want to do all the things, but then my brain's like, no. It's like, oh god. So I'm trying to spend this time getting Bayonetta fixed up, but then actually doing that is also like, my brain is just like, ugh. But yeah, that's pretty much just what's been going on. Just not really anything interesting, obviously. Like I said, I've been laying in bed. And again, nothing serious. Like I said, my body is responding to a normal thing in a different way suddenly. So I'm like, is this going to be happening all the time? Or it was just, I don't know if it happened because, like I said, I was, I'm like, oh, I'm eating like salads and stuff again. But I also, because I was just, you know, having some fun, I bought some like donuts, like in like little, like I bought Entenmann's chocolate donuts. I love those things. Those really hit the spot. Like I was like, I'm really craving these, and I got them, and I'm like, oh yes. But then I also bought like a couple brands I didn't recognize. They were at my grocery store, but like I didn't recognize them, and I got like powdered donuts because Entenmann's didn't have powdered donuts. Just like they only have it like in the multi-pack, I think. I don't know. At least at this store. So I got like a different brand, and I noticed when I was eating them, my stomach was like, you know, so it was like really not okay. And I was like, maybe it's the donuts? I don't know, because it's not the chocolate ones, because those ones I've been able to eat before and just fine. So I don't know. Like, I looked at the ingredients and it was nothing, you know, like, weird. So I don't know, for the eating thing it might have just been, like, combination of bad stuff. But that is all for the talking section of this, because there's really nothing else going on right now that's all that interesting. Alright, so it's a couple days later. I ended up, I filmed the part where I spoke, and then I was like, I'll paint later. But then the idea I had took a bit to actually figure out what I wanted to do. It took a couple days. So, we have this. It's, yeah, you're probably thinking like, what in the heck is going on in your head, Whimsy? So, this, obviously it's like the, you know, what I talked about with like the smaller objects making up large objects, or objects that wouldn't be in, you know, situations. So, it's just like a funky forest, obviously. The trees themselves, it's still a little wet, the tree trunks themselves are supposed to be made of stacked books. I don't know if that's quite conveyed. I don't have the right tools for making really thin lines, so I couldn't do like slight page lines or whatever. The bushes down here are made of clocks and keys together. The little hut is made of like gears, like cogs, you know. And then the roof is made of giant ladles. And then the chimney stack is supposed to be made of like candles. And then up the top, yes, the leaves are blue. Don't ask. Looks kind of cool though, but they're made of lanterns and compasses. Again, don't ask. This is whatever goes on in my head. There was actually I think I showed it to you guys when I first started the vlog, when I was like cleaning up the room, and I found a fabric I made in school. And it had these trinkets on it, like it had clocks, ladles, all that whatever. They're kind of like Whimsy's Lucky Charms, I don't know, just like a silly little thing, but, you know, kind of steampunk, but not entirely. But I had a lot of fun with this. It was, like I said, the original idea wasn't quite this. It was still going to be like a foresty scene. And then I sat there and was like, do I want to do a forest? Do I want to do like a clock tower? Do I want to do like a building or a castle? But then I came back to forest, and I actually kind of tried to model it after my mom's painting a little bit, of how there's like trees in the foreground, trees in the background. And obviously you guys saw at one point I completely botched this by trying to put like a shroud, like to make the background darker. And it completely just wrecked it, and I had to like almost start over, so that was that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of podcasty version of the vlog. I don't know if, I mean, I'd like to do it again because I think it was kind of fun, but who knows if that'll be like the usual thing, or if I'll switch back and forth, I don't know. It was also just easier because, like I said, I dealt with a lot of health stuff this week that was really debilitating. I was in bed for 2 days straight, so, and then prior to that I was like just, my stomach was just like not feeling great. So yeah, I don't know where I'm gonna put this, but it's kind of cool. It's like an Alice in Wonderland kind of feel to it, I guess. I don't know. This was fun. Alright guys, thank you all for watching / listening to me talk and watching me paint, and hopefully that was cool. But I'll try to get back on track with doing these weekly, because like I said, this week was just like a weird, no. And I apologize if anyone was like wondering why I wasn't posting. It was just because of health stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check the links at the end of the video, and make sure to check the description below for other stuff too. And I will see you guys next time, and until then, stay whimsical.